Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Real Tree Shaker Show. I am not Ryan. I'm not Trenton, but I am Sean. And I'm here flying solo to make up for my non-technologically advanced self, as I seem to have messed up the recording that we did the other night. You guys were awesome. It was really good. So hopefully I'll try to get that fixed and uploaded, but until then, you'll have to deal with me. And it's weird. Trenton would have disappeared by now. Ryan would have been laughing. Me too. But trial by fire. That's our theme here at the RTS show. And if you missed the last podcast, we did give you our Major League Baseball predictions. And it's Thursday, and there is no baseball. So you'll have to listen to find out who we picked. Or should have picked. We also dove into See or No, our fourth edition of that. I kind of screwed those questions up, so I'm kind of just off game, kind of like the offensive line for the Giants, the Bengals, but it's early. We'll get it going. And we gave a week 4 recap of the NFL. What was good, what was bad, what was shocking, who's on our watch list to watch out, who's doing better than we thought. Like I said, watch the previous podcast to find out. But in this edition, I'm going to give you what should have been on the last video. I'm going to give you the guys' picks and mine from our best bet of the weekend. And we're going to give you rapid fire for week 5 of the NFL. Already week 5. Unbelievable. Some teams might be wishing it's already week 16, 17. But then there'd be more draft hype and there'd just be more to do. But let's get going with the best bet of the weekend. Ryan's best bet was the Bengals, who are traveling to Arizona to take on the Cardinals. Ryan, they are favored by 3. The Bengals are. And Ryan's best bet is for them to win 31-17. And he also liked the Titans at Colts. Colts favored by 1.5. Trenton, Mr. Trentindini, he likes the over in the Red River Shootout between Texas and Oklahoma Saturday afternoon, early morning. Ryan had a great point in the last podcast. It should be at night so everyone can see it. It's such a good rivalry game. But what can you do? Can't break tradition, and can you? College football. Yeah. Anyways. But my best bet of the weekend is the Raiders hosting the 2-2 Packers. Raiders sitting at 1-3, getting Jimmy Garoppolo back. Packers are favored by 2, but I do like the Raiders to pull the upset, even though Brady's ownership has been stalled of purchasing the Raiders, so they'll probably screw that up too. But with that, that's our best bet of the weekend, so we'll jump into rapid fire. Week 5 of the NFL season already here. Last week, Ryan went 9-7. Trenton went 1-0, undefeated. But rapid fire will be based, and the winner chosen will be based on percentage. And I went 11-5. So trying to tighten up the race percentage-wise, but lots of good games this weekend. Key games, mandatory wins for some teams, unless it's time to get ready for Caleb Williams and that loaded quarterback class. But first up, we have tonight, Thursday Night Football. So it could be good, it could be sloppy. It's usually the latter. But the Bears at 0-4 traveling to Washington. Sorry for the stutter. To take on the Commanders, who sit at 2-2. The spread is 6.5. All of us like the Commanders to win pretty convincingly. And Trenton's got it by 12, and that's his team. So let's see what happens there. Then we have Sunday morning, 9:30. The Jags are the away team taking on Buffalo, but the game is in London, 9:30 a.m. And if the Toy Story thing that they did last week with the Jags and Falcons, really cool. I don't know if anybody got to see that, but you should check it out if you could. Anyways, the Bills are favored by 5.5, and this is another Tree Shaker sweep, as we both have, all three of us have the Bills taking out the Jags. Rough start for the Jags with a lot of preseason hype. And then we'll shift to this game, but we'll go through this one because this is pretty meaningless. We have the Giants at 1-3 traveling down to Miami to take on the Dolphins, with the Dolphins at a 10.5 point favorite. And this is another Tree Shaker sweep, as we all have the Dolphins taking out the Giants. But play hard, guys. Get better somehow. Protect Daniel Jones, please. Then we have the Panthers at 0-4, still seeking that first win, as they're one of two teams, the other one being the Bears, that are still looking for that first win. Only 2 undefeateds left, too. We'll get to them soon. But the Panthers and their rookie quarterback, Bryce Young, are traveling to Detroit to take on the Lions at 3-1. And yes, this is another sweep as well. Lions across the board. Then we travel down to Atlanta, where the 2-2 Texans are taking on the 2-2 Falcons, with the Falcons favored by 1 point. Ryan has the Falcons winning a shootout, a very close one, 38-35. Me and Trenton both went with the Texans. Real close game. Should be, I don't know what to expect from Atlanta's offense. We'll go on to the next game. With that, we've got the Ravens at 3-1, taking on Pittsburgh, and the Kenny Picketless Steelers, who sit at 2-2, with the Ravens 4.5 point favorites. We're all on the Ravens in this one. Low scoring, which it typically is between these two teams. Smash mouth. Steelers defense gets back on track, but Ravens and Lamar a little too much, and Mitchell Trubisky. So then we'll shift our attention to Indianapolis as they host the Titans. Both teams at 2-2, as all 4 teams in that division sit at 2-2. Colts for Ryan, 23-21. Me and Trenton both going with the Titans. I like them by a touchdown. Trenton likes them by a field goal. Colts are a 1.5 point favorite. Then we go up to Foxborough, Massachusetts, where the Saints at 2-2, weirdly, playing the Patriots, who sit at 1-3, with the Pats being that 1.5 point favorite. Trenton is the only one who went with the Patriots, a low scoring game, 17-13. Ryan and I both went with the Saints. Ryan has them winning by 1. I have them winning by 6. Is this a game that the Patriots finally pull the plug? Bailey Zappi. I'm going to laugh at myself. Give myself a pause for that one. Yeah. Okay. Is Mac Jones getting benched, which he should, and play Bailey Zappi, who you had on the roster, sign him to your practice squad, and now he's a backup again. Philly, undefeated, 1 of 2 remaining, travels to Los Angeles to take on the Rams at 2-2, with Philly only a 4.5 point favorite. Philly's been trying to find their groove. Maybe it's a post-Super Bowl hangover. It could be the losing of the 2 coordinators. Could be a combination of both, but they're still a good team, and they're at 4-0. But the Rams have been surprising as well. Matthew Stafford being healthy. Puka doing great. We'll see how much his value, fantasy-wise, drops when Cooper Kupp comes back. Probably in a couple weeks from now. But Ryan and I both went with Philly, winning by almost a touchdown. And Trenton with the Rams and a 3-point upset at home. I mean, there'll be more Eagles fans there anyways, so it'll feel like a home game for Philly. With that, we'll slide down to Glendale, where the 1-3 Cardinals host the 1-3 Bungles. Yeah, so far it has been. Remember, this is Ryan's best bet, and he did pick them to win by 14, 31-17. Trenton with another upset. He's got the Cards 20-17 at home, and I have the Bengals slightly getting back on track at 27-17. Cardinals have been playing tough, man. They play hard. I don't know what they're trying to do, but they're not winning, so at least they're trying, and it's better than some other 1-3 teams that have been doing so far. Does Burrow get healthy, or not healthy, but on track? Do they sit him? Should they sit him? Bye weeks in week 7, so I don't know, but this is a must win for them to keep up. Then we have the Zach Wilson Jets, 1-3, traveling to the Mile High in Broncos country. Ryan and Trenton are on the Jets. Close game. Ryan has 23-20. Trenton 17-13. But Broncos country. Let's ride. I got y'all at 21-10. Russell Wilson's been playing pretty good. First half. Second half kind of, but he's doing pretty good. Top 10 in fantasy right now. But I guess when you're down by that many points, you have nothing better to do than just sling the old pigskin around the yard. Now we're going to go up to Skull Country as the Vikings at 1-3 host the defending champs, the Chiefs at 3-1. Chiefs only a 5-point favorite. What kind of game is this? Is this Minnesota's finally, if they lose, is it time to move off Kirk Cousins? Is it time to trade him? See what you can do. See if the Jets will bite and give you 3 first-round picks for him. I don't know. I don't know if you would bring a veteran into another team that was built for another veteran quarterback. It'd be kind of weird. And I don't know, putting Kirk Cousins in New York, I think he's perfect in Minnesota, but the team's just not winning. They're turning the ball over. But this is a clean sweep for us. We all like the Chiefs by at least a touchdown. Ryan has them by double-digit points. But the Chiefs' offense hasn't been clicking, and that's the one good thing about Minnesota is when they don't fumble or turn the ball over, they do score some points with JJ and Hawk at the tight end position. Then we probably go to the game. Not probably. It is the game of the week. Cowboys at 3-1 traveling to the Bay Area to take on the Niners at 4-0. One of the second of 2 undefeated teams. But boy, the Niners been playing so good. I mean, it's unbelievable. 1 week, Christian McCaffrey's been solid all year, which has been my lone bright spot in fantasy, but we'll just count this time as our preseason and we'll be good on track. But anyways, Ayuk comes back, has another big game. Debo, really not involved, but I bet he will this week. And Kittle has been off to a kind of a slow start. And then you got Dallas, who with Mike McCarthy, a little bit of a different offense, trying to run the ball more, keep it simpler for Dak. And then you got that fantastic defense. Micah Parsons, Trent Williams. Should be a great matchup. Ryan and his love for the Cowboys has them at 28-24. Me and Trenton both went with the Niners. T went 28-17. And I went 24-20. Should be a great game. Smash mouth. Could have the 2 best defensive players in the league, on opposing sidelines, but it should be a fun game to watch. And with that, we have our Monday night matchup, which is my best bet of the weekend, with the 2-2 Packers heading to Vegas to take on the 1-3 Raiders. I forgot to mention that this is the first week of the bye weeks. So the Browns, Chargers, Bucks, and Seahawks are on a bye this week. Next week, it's even more trickier. I don't know why they do it, but I think it kind of sucks if you have a bye this early in the season. especially if you're a good team, a playoff contending team. You'd like that bye a little bit later in this season for those starters and older veterans to get healthier and feel better. But Green Bay is favored by 2. Trenton, the only one to go with the Lambeau Leapers. He's got him at 24-10, and Ryan and I both have the Raiders winning. Ryan with 24-20, and I have 24-13 for the Raiders. Jimmy G back. He's got a good rapport right now with Devontae Adams. Max Crosby's been running crazy, and just, should be a loud, hostile environment. I mean, great crowd. Should be. Packers fans travel well. The Raiders fans are always everywhere. So it should be a really good matchup. I feel so alone. This is weird. Nobody's here. I miss my guys. But we'll all be back together next time on our next edition of the Real Tree Shaker Show. We haven't done one in a while, so we will be bringing back the top 5 of something. I don't know. You got to tune in to find out. We'll be recapping NFL Week 5. CNO. Baseball analyzations. Such a tough word. Enjoy the postseason. You know who this guy's picking. We all like the Braves in 6. This has been fun. It's been weird. I'm out of notes. I probably could have written more. But this is really fun, guys. But I do say enjoy sports because you got baseball, you got football. The weather is getting so much nicer for everybody across the country. I'm just babbling because this is just what we do. But anyways, follow us on social media. Get all of those likes in. Comment, please. If there's a poll where you participate or where you listen to your podcast, give us a comment. Participate in the polls. Let us know what you want to hear. We're on YouTube. Working on that. Getting better, I think. I don't know. At least it's on there. Please listen to our previous episodes. We'll see you next time. This has been the Real Tree Shaker Show.